Hello, thank you for having us. Thank you, Arif Bey, for joining me on stage, so I'm not alone here. We heard today in the panel about the future. The autonomous era is pushing up, everything is happening faster. And between today, the culture of driving, not only here, in other Mediterranean countries and elsewhere, between now and the future, there is ADAS, Advanced Driver Assist Systems, like a co-pilot to help the drivers to reduce accidents. Let's see how it's working. Can I have volume?
For more than a decade, Mobileye has been leading an ambitious and transformative vision to develop the most effective accident prevention system available using artificial vision. Operating one of the most innovative R&D centers, Mobileye has developed a revolutionary system based on their unique, award-winning technology. The system is compact and cost-effective, bundling multiple applications into one single package. Much like the human eye, the Mobileye system is capable of performing driver scene interpretation, detecting and classifying different objects on the road, including other vehicles, pedestrians, cyclists, lane markings, traffic signs, executing automatic high-beam control, and more. The system's capabilities provide life-saving warnings and sophisticated features, from automatic emergency braking to completely autonomous driving. With recent changes in safety legislation, advanced driver assistance systems are becoming a prerequisite for meeting the highest safety standard. A majority of the world's car manufacturers are already using Mobileye as a significant accident prevention measure, with many moving towards implementing the system as a standard fit. The system can also be retrofitted as an aftermarket system to existing vehicles as a complementary safety accessory. By installing Mobileye, private consumers and leading vehicle fleet providers around the world have benefited from a reduction in accidents and significant savings in operational costs. The automotive industry and millions of clients have proven that Mobileye's vision has become a reality. More and more drivers around the world are enjoying a smarter and safer driving experience. Mobileye, our vision, your safety.
So, talking about Mobileye, founded in 1999, 8 years of startup having no customer, but when you have Volvo and BMW as your first customers, you can imagine the future will be pink. Going public in 2014, and just 2 months ago purchased by Intel. And the break, people told me, yes, it's $15 billion. I said, no, it's 15.3. I got the 3. But I didn't, I wish. Okay, so Mobileye is a world leader. We have 20 million vehicles around the world. You would think it's a nice number. It is, but I feel passionate to have this number grow, to have every child in Turkey be more safe on the road when a car is approaching. And luckily, we are doing that together. So what are we talking about today? We are talking about a revolution. People were stating here correctly that in the next 5 years, things will happen that didn't happen like 50 years. But I would like to talk about the left side. The safety regulations, they're coming up. Governments are waking up, municipalities, and OEMs here in the room, or whoever is involved in transport, should be quicker than what he was used to be. And Arif Bey will exactly explain what this sentence means. Citing the Mobileye and not mentioning shortly the autonomous vehicle technology that we lead would not be fair, so let me say very shortly. The autonomous vehicle needs 3 things, and that goes exactly for the panel that was here before. Sensing, pretty much covered. For sure, here in the room, there are people who are involved with radars, lasers, cameras. This is ready. The second thing is a high-definition map of the world. not a GPS map of 1 meter accuracy, but 10 centimeters accuracy. Mobileye will probably be the world standard for this map. We have big OEMs joining us, and we have countries considering to join and map their country with this technology. The last one, driver policy. Think of a robot trying to go to the Étoile in Paris and go out in another side. Not an easy task. There were all kinds of questions before. How will the autonomous vehicle be less involved in accidents? The negotiation between vehicles is something which is a task to do. It is not ready. The first autonomous vehicle promised by Intel, BMW, and Mobileye is only at 2021. So whoever else tells you, I have already an autonomous vehicle, okay, but that wouldn't be probably a standard. This is what our technology does. It recognizes where the vehicle can drive. This is the green. Notice that the pavement is recognized. It recognizes every arrow on the road, every bicycle, every pedestrian, every street light, and this is needed for the autonomous vehicle. Let's see our test autonomous vehicle in action. Can you have it turned on? Okay. You will see during the film how the technology controls the vehicle in several situations. You will tell the vehicle, take me from point A to point B in a certain speed, maybe the maximum allowed speed, and if there's a slower car, it will check if it can overtake, and it will. What happens if someone else is misbehaving? It will be recognized, the vehicle will slow down and avoid the accident. Notice the green, a car is coming. Pedestrian detected, and car is stopping. Day and night, of course. But I came today to talk about the present, to talk about tomorrow, not about 5 years from now. And what I'm going to talk about is that something is changing in the world, from nice to have to must have. This is the problem we want to solve. This is another big problem. The pedestrians are not behaving as we used to. And yes, it was talked today that the humans are the ones to get help or to be blamed for accidents. If I could give half a second warning to drivers, I could avoid half of the accidents, which is, by the way, the EU announcement, by half by 2020. If I could give 1.5 seconds, most of the accidents would be avoided. Blind spot collisions are also an issue, and Arif Bey will talk about it. This is a research about our technology done by AXA, one of the biggest insurers in the world. And they found out that if you can give 2 seconds, you practically avoid accidents. A warning of 2 seconds avoids accident. Mobileye system gives 2.5. Practically, we can avoid accidents. In real life, do we reach 0? No. Some people insist to die, unfortunately. I heard here university representatives. This was done in Holland. They took 2,000 trucks with our system, and a control group of 400 trucks. They let it drive 1 year, 77 million kilometers. They were expecting 5 collisions for the 400 trucks 1 year, and they had it. They were expecting 13 accidents for the 2,000 trucks. They had 0. The system is working. So what is the solution to change? Use those technologies. If you're here in the room involved in transportation, find a way to affect it. So Arif Bey will talk later how it has been done in Isuzu. Here in the room are more colleagues from the Turkish OEMs in touch with Mobileye. And Arif Bey will talk specifically about the bus and cities. In the EU, it was talked of before about the situation in Turkey. It was announced in 2010, let's halve the accidents or the deaths by 2020. It's not happening. Why is it not happening? Because the millennials, the young drivers, they are behind the wheel now. And they're used to do several things at once. My son is watching TV and has the mobile phone in his hand. He cannot concentrate in one film. So now to drive, only drive. When a technology comes in, like in aviation, that you have 2 pilots, 2 drivers, and this technology is like a co-pilot, you can hope for change. This is how the technology is working. The driver does not see that, but the camera does. It does even recognize pedestrians, very important for cities. You should have a pedestrian detection system. You don't want this situation. I told you. So how can we help the drivers? We can have a system that tells them, do not hit pedestrians, keep a safer distance. We will help you read the speed signs. We will tell you where are the lanes, and if you are swinging, falling asleep, do not. Let's see it in action. When you hear that and you have the system, just brake. This was taken without Mobileye. Real life.
Я заснул.
There's a Russian speaking in the room. He said, I fell asleep. I fell asleep. If he would have a Mobileye or such a system to recognize lanes, try to sleep with this annoying noise. Let's see another real life. Notice the brake lights and the sound. What happens first? There was something on the road. Think of yourself coming to work in the morning, high speed, and suddenly the car in front of you stops. Let's see another example. Drivers are humans. Driver falls asleep. This driver did not fall asleep, but he was surprised. Damn! Sorry for the language. Just an example of a fleet in Ukraine. They had 200 accidents 2014, started to use the technology and dropped to 35. It is working, it is cost-effective, it creates savings. Coca-Cola Hellenic, with 20,000 vehicles, enjoys fuel and accident reduction. Camel Koç, here in Turkey, first Bayram without accidents. You all know how, instead of being happy in the holidays, there are such tragic accidents when starting to use the technology. Governments. I'll give Israel as an example. All the heavy vehicles in Israel must have such a technology. The government gave the commercial sector 1 year. From November 1st, 2016 until next month, November 1st, 2017, all the vehicles have anti-accident systems. They made kind of a scoring. You cannot make a reclam in Israel without the customer to know if it has preventive technology in the vehicle. This is Fiat. The upper scale is the preventive, has only 1 out of 8. Below is the CO2 emission. This is Nissan. They have 6 out of 8. This is Suzuki. They even put, okay, we have Mobileye, 6 out of 8. This is something the government can do for free. Just take a decision. Let the customers know if their car has preventive technology. What we're used to is the NCAP stars. You will have the accident, and the airbag will save you. Why not prevent the accident? And from 1st of January 2018, all the imported vehicles into Israel must have ADAS. So it's happening out there. If you are selling to such markets, I recommend you to be prepared. EU is also doing with automatic braking, lane departure warning since a couple of years. Austria are doing now a big pilot to make all the vehicles, all the buses and heavy vehicles with multi-cameras, as Arif Bey will talk about later. In Japan, in Singapore, Taiwan, China, it's happening. The governments are raising awareness, giving incentives, and even mandating. Why is it relevant for you? Because the usual pace from sketching to production is about how much? 4 years? Something like that. And if you want to be quicker, there is how to do it. A retrofit system which will be embedded, and Arif Bey will explain how. Cities, the same. This is just one city. They decided from next year, all the tenders should have ADAS. All the tenders should have anti-accident. So if you're involved, be ready. It's trash vehicles, school buses, quick response vehicles. They all need to have anti-accident systems. Other cities, here, look for yourself. Be ready to have more and more tenders demanding such a technology. So for that part of an OEM, how to push quickly ADAS, I will invite Arif Bey to take over, please.
Teşekkür ederim. Evet, Raz biraz bahsetti aslında. Bütün bu gelişmeler, insanların kullanım alışkanlıkları, gelişen teknolojiler ve bunların araçlara uyumu ile ilgili beraber bir ortaklık yaptık ve Raz'la yaklaşık 6 ay önce tanıştık ve onun çalışmalarımızla ilgili biraz bilgi vermeye çalışacağım. Normalde otomotiv sektöründe araç gelişiminin yaklaşık 5 ile 7 yıl arasında olduğunu hepimiz biliyoruz. Bunun araç modeline göre, yapılacak aracın özelliklerine göre çok farklı zamanlarda, farklı şekillerde şirketler bazında değişebilir ama genelde 5 ile 7 yıl arasında sürer. Biz az önce bahsettim, 6 ay önce tanıştık Raz'la ve bizim bu sürecimiz diğer rakipleri veyahut da diğer araç üreticilerini geçersek bu implementasyonu 6 ay içinde yaptık ve gerekli homologasyon ve test süreçlerinden de geçtik. Bu bize sağladığı büyük bir kolaylık oldu. Çünkü sonuçta bütün bu süreçleri yaşayıp da tecrübe etmiş, farklı sektörlerde bunu tecrübe edip de bize uygulandığı zaman bizim araçlarımızda bunun implementasyonu sağlandığında hem bizim kendi süreçlerimize kazanacağımız zaman ve maliyet avantajları hem de müşterilerimize sunabileceğimiz büyük bir özelliğe sahip olmuş olduk. Ve bunun üzerine de biz de Mobileye ile beraber ADAS teknolojilerini araçlarımızda kullanmak üzere çalışma işbirliğine karar verdik ve çalışmalarımıza devam ediyor. Çünkü biz misyonumuzda dedik ki bugünü şekillendiriyoruz ve geleceği şekillendiriyoruz. Bunu da müşterilerimizin beklentilerini en iyi şekilde sağlayabilmek için yapıyoruz. Bununla da ilgili çalışmalarımız her zaman devam edecek bu teknolojilerin de gelişimiyle beraber. 12 metrelik araçlarımız var. Şehir içi taşımacılığında kullanılan, sürekli durak kalkan, duraklarda yolcu alan, yolcu indiren ve bu araçlarımızı biz İsrail'e de ihraç ediyoruz. Orada bir distribütör aracılığımızla Avrupa'nın birçok ülkesine de ihraç ettiğimiz gibi. Oraya göndereceğimiz bütün araçlarda Mobileye sistemlerinin kullanımı ve onların da adaptasyonu ile ilgili anlaşma sağladık. İlk yapacağımız şey bu. Ne özellikler sağlanacak? Aslında az önce Raz'da bahsettiği tüm detaylar, şoföre uyaran, o etrafında olup bitenlerle ilgili uyarı sinyalleri veren ve onların da bir şekilde önlemlerini almasını ve rahat ve güvenli bir şekilde aracı sürülmesini sağlayacak bir ortam, bir çevre ortamı yaratmaya çalışıyoruz aslında şoföre. Az önce örneklerde bir Mobileye'de de gördüğümüz gibi. Aynı zamanda önümüzdeki haftalarda Buzzword'da bir fuar var. Bu fuara da katılıyoruz. Tüm Avrupa distribütörlerimizin de katıldığı, müşterilerle buluştuğumuz Buzzword fuarına katılıyoruz ve Vizigo aracımıza orada Mobileye Windshield Plus dediğimiz üstün özellikleri olan, daha farklı özellikleri de olan bir ürünle beraber tanıtma imkanı bulacağız. Bilmiyorum katılanlarınız olacak mı? Olursa da o aracı da test etme ve sürme şansına sahip olabilirsiniz Buzzword'da. Teşekkür ederim. Raz.
Well, so the conclusion, I would not like to conclude for you, but if you are an OEM, a manufacturer, as Isuzu, I would look into adopting ADAS. If you're a national decision maker, I would look into adopting ADAS into the regulations. If you're a company owner, look into adopting ADAS. Are you a family owner? Look into adopting ADAS. Are you alone? Get married. Come on. So, thank you very much for listening. Drive safely and be part of changing the world to a safer world and a safer Turkey. Thank you very much.